Hello! Really sorry about the long wait there. I've been doing stuff, thinking just in my house doing it. I thought I'd make it back sooner. But anyway, welcome to the stream. Who we got in chat? Tell Steve, big ups. How you doing? Well, I know you're not going to be happy with the performance, judging off your comments. But yeah, welcome to the stream, man. Look, I think I'll just cut to it. That was literally the worst watch in terms of entertainment for the season. I don't think I've ever been so unentertained. I can't imagine being a neutral fan watching that. You know, it's so boring, man. I called quite early that it smelled like a 0-0, and I'm happy I did because, man, I got it absolutely bang on. I was hoping for 2-0, but it smelled like a 0-0. But look, in terms of the actual performance, similar to United, it was just flat. You know, United probably, in terms of chances created, should have won. You know, they probably had the better chances. But both teams, neither side deserved to win. You know, neither side was phenomenal. City were okay. United were okay, but both sides seemed quite happy with just taking the draw, which surprised me. You know, it's a derby, you know, especially as De Bruyne's final derby. You think we'd go for it a bit more. Like, I don't doubt that I don't doubt that we were trying to win, but man, we should have gone for it more, man. Like, it was so boring and safe. It was such a safe performance, is what I'd say. No risks were taken. Did we even have a big chance in the box? Because I can only think of two moments. Marmoush getting put through by Nico Riley, and then Maguire box a shot, and then Foden scuff shot early in the second half. Those are the only moments where I think we actually had a decent chance in the box. Everything else was a shot outside the box straight at the keeper. You know, Marmoush whacked a volley near the keeper. It was a good save, to be fair. Well, it was a powerful effort, a good shot. If he gets direction on it, maybe I think he probably scores. I don't think Onana saves it if it's to his left or right. But that wasn't the case. It was just so boring. It's hard to talk about. You know, I want to talk about it, but at the same time, I don't know where to start. You know, it was such a flat game which had no controversy in it. You know, there was no controversy. There's nothing to talk about. I'd be surprised if this game is trending on Twitter or something, because there was just nothing to talk about. No masterclasses that went unrewarded. No disgraceful decisions. You know, a few yellows and all that, but no reds. It was just so boring. No exciting moments whatsoever. None. Which is a shame, because again, this was De Bruyne's final chance to win a derby. It was his final derby. And yeah, it didn't come out for him. But it is what it is now, I suppose. It's a disappointing draw considering the league table. We're going to have a look at the league table in a minute and see where that leaves us. In fact, I'll put it on screen now. I'll put it on screen right now. Today was such a good opportunity to gain a lead on other teams. We could have been 9 points clear roughly of Bournemouth. You know, could have gotten a bit more of a lead on Newcastle. I know they've got 2 games in hand on us, but you know, it would have been better than what we've currently got. But no, just seemed to settle for a draw. Such a weak mentality. I can't describe it as anything else. Like what else were we doing there? We weren't playing to win. If that was us playing to win, then man, I can only dread what the future's got in store for us, because it was so boring. Like, I'm trying to talk about the game, but I don't know where to start. I'll get player ratings on screen in just a moment. I'm just finishing setting them up, but like, it was so like. I'm trying to think of other things to say, but boring. Don't get me wrong. No, I wouldn't say many players played particularly bad. Probably more further up the pitch, if anything. I thought defensive solid. Especially, I think Rico came on and did a good job. By the way, Rico came on and got that crucial block in after the Xerxes shot. So big ups to Rico. Hi, shocking as usual, but I predicted it. Yeah, I mean, I said like very early in the game, I said my prediction's 2-0 because I want City to win, but I think this has got 0-0 written all over it. Bless me. And yeah, I was spot on in terms of how I felt this game was going to be. 0-0, the worst derby ever. Have you ever seen a game so flat? Like, it wasn't even a case of United peppering us and we just held on, or the other way around. Neither team, it felt, wanted to win. Second I saw the starting 11, I knew it would exactly be like that. Nico Gonzalez must actually be wondering to himself, like, how isn't he in that game? Like, how isn't he starting there? Like, Nico G must be curious. And I've got to say, I think Gundogan might be too. I think Gundogan must be thinking, hold on, I've been playing my best, like some of my best football when I've been alongside this guy this season. Can we have him in the derby? Like, come on. United's midfield isn't great, and we decided that we would play our slowest combinations. And Pep suddenly hits Kusanov now, too. He's so strange. Like, I really don't hope this is like Kusanov getting pushed out the team, because I love Kusanov. I think he's so good. I really hope that's not what I'm witnessing, because I want Nico Riley in here too. I actually thought Nico Riley had a solid game. But I'm going to quickly do player ratings. Eddie, I'll give a 7. Had that good save, didn't he? And had a couple of other decent moments. Nunes, I was actually pretty impressed with. I'll go 7. I thought the back line was fine, The back line gave somewhat of a foundation to build off of, to be fair. And Nico Riley, I'll give a 7 as well, because he created probably one of the best chances we had all game. Bernardo and Kovacic 90 minutes again, are they? Oh man, the recipe for sort of the most boring football on earth. Gundo, I don't think he was awful. I give him a 6. It's hard to give anyone like more or less a 6, because it was just okay. It was just flat. There was nothing special to us. Kova, again, just did nothing. Like, Kova and Foden and Bernardo did absolutely nothing. Okay, when you do nothing, you get a 5. So 5 and 5. Phil Foden messed up the one chance he had. De Bruyne, out of the attackers, is probably the best. Maybe I'm being sympathetic. Marmoush felt a bit bad. That was a cracking volley, so I'll give you a 6.5 as well. Sideways, Phil Foden. Defenders, I agree, but midfielders shouldn't be getting a 6. Yeah, the defense was fine. But man, we just did nothing up here. Did nothing. I don't think Gundo is as bad as other midfielders, so I'll give him a 5.5. But Phil, with that one chance, I'm sorry, he's got to take it quicker to begin. And when he does take it, he's just completely scuffed it. He's got to hit the target. Force a save, unlucky. This is the thing. This is also why it was so important to win. Newcastle can go 4 points ahead. They've got 2 games in hand on us, and we're 2 points ahead of them. You know? I'm sick of excuses for the manager. He bores us to sleep every week. I know this is easily the most boring game of the season. I don't know how I didn't fall asleep. I was already a little bit tired going into the game, but football tends to wake me up a bit because, goals and all that. There was no controversy. There was no disgraceful decisions, no absolute refereeing howlers. There was no penalty shouts. There was no red cards. There was barely any yellow cards. There was like 4 or 5 across the whole game. No offside goals. No nothing. No nothing. I'll be surprised if this is getting spoken about on Twitter. Or actually, maybe it'll just be spoken about because of how boring it was. Oh, man. I can't lie, the ref was very good for once. Yeah, I thought the ref was fine. I thought the ref was absolutely fine. Can't fault him. I'm thinking about it now. What did he do wrong? I'm surprised he blew it when he did, to be honest, because United were in our half trying to get the goal. I thought the ref was absolutely fine today. Probably one of the better refereeing performances I've seen this season. Dropped KDB down to a 6. He had 2 shots, and both were straight at the keeper, so I'll go 6. Have a look at fixtures. These players are genuinely terrified of playing forward, especially some of them. This is a nightmare combo. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind having, say, Phil Foden or Grealish, okay, on one of the wings, because I know that. Well, especially Grealish. Grealish is good for controlling a game, but you've got to have a Savinho/Doku on. And look what happened when Doku actually did come on, by the way. Players got booked. I think Doku got two players booked in the time that he was on. He got 2 players booked. If he starts the game, okay, gets Delo booked a lot earlier, suddenly Delo's got to be watching himself for the whole game. It was so flat because these guys, they don't take on their players. They don't take on their man. They don't. You've got to have at least one winger that does. I don't know what Nico and Kusanov have done wrong, man. 100 million on those two to put together, and they're spending more time on the bench recently than anything. Today has got to be the wake-up call. Here's the Premier League table. Okay, this is such a good chance to really get at the Premier League table. This was the moment. Alright, we'll start from 10th. Bournemouth. We're 7 points ahead of them. I'm not super worried about Bournemouth, but we could have been 9, and that would have probably removed Bournemouth out of the equation entirely. By the way, huge fall-off for Bournemouth, by the way. No wins in the last 5. Brighton. We're 5 points clear of them. We win this game, we could have been 7. Alright, probably removing them from the equation for the most part. Fulham. We're 4 points clear of them. Get to 6 points. That doesn't remove them from the equation, but it gives us a very solid lead. Villa, we're 1 point ahead of them now. Don't get me. I'll speak about Newcastle in just a second. Don't get me wrong. Going 3 points ahead ain't much, but at least it's something. And Chelsea, we could have gone 1 point above them, putting us into the top 4. And now look at Newcastle. 29 games is the key thing. Who are they even playing? Let's have a look at Newcastle remaining fixtures. They'll beat Leicester. Okay, that's one of their game in hand. Okay, they'll beat Leicester. Okay, because Leicester don't beat anyone. United, they're competent enough to beat, especially at St. James's Park. Palace are a good side. They might struggle there. Same with Villa. Ipswich, they'll smash. Brighton Brighton have been dipping out of form recently, so depending on how they're looking, but I'm going to say a Brighton. I'm going to say a draw here. Chelsea. I'm going to go for a Newcastle win. Arsenal. Title will be done at this point. It's probably Arsenal's last game in the Emirates, so I'm going to say Newcastle a bit of a bogey team for Arsenal. I'm going to say draw 2-2. And I think they beat Everton. Check 5 fixtures. Are we really getting top 5? Yeah, I will in a second. So we will get 6 after tomorrow. Manager spent 200 in January and has no idea what to do with it. I know. If Paul Vital Hayes is rotting on the bench, you know, like he's getting more EDS minutes than he is with the first team. Now then, City. Palace, very good team. Really hitting their form as of late. Okay, you got a big win against Brighton, down to 9 men, and they still did it. Tough game at the Etihad at 12:30. Stinks of a draw. So that's more points dropped. Everton at Goodison, king of draws. We're drawing there. I think we'll beat Villa. I think we're going to beat Villa. We'll talk about Prem. I don't even want to think about Forest. Wolves, they'll be safe from relegation. I'm going to say we win there. I'm going to say we win these two. Bournemouth, if they keep up their form, I think we'll win. I'm going optimistic, by the way. I'm not 100% sure on this one. Don't know why, but got gut feeling. And Fulham. I mean, Fulham putting a good performance like they did against Liverpool. I think we'll draw. Pep said after that he won't play Bob unless we were winning comfy. Yeah, he didn't even deem him good enough to bring. Yeah, I know. Conceding 0 goals, aggregate 5-0. Villa at home, obvious loss. Villa will be a loss, TBH. They're so energetic and quick. I know, I don't know why. I got a gut feeling that we're just going to do it against Villa. Get a 1-0 win, maybe. Don't know why. I think it's just going to be one of them. At least I'm hoping it's going to be one of them. Now, I actually can't. I've just realised I can't do a watch along on this game. I'm not here. I'm literally not going to be able to. But I'll do a preview. Look, it's not looking good. These fixtures are tough. You know, how many draws did I say there? I think I said like 3 draws. I think I said we go unbeaten, which is quite ambitious. But I think I said we get 3 draws here. Drawing the next 2 games. Oh, that's going to be so dead. Potential loss here. And then these remaining 4 are really up for grabs. That's on the next season. Oh, give me the next season, man. Oh yeah, am I going Manchester soon? Aren't you doing content from the Etihad this week or next week or later in the month? Yeah, in this month I'm not like watching the game. I'm not like going into the stadium watching us face Villa. Part of me wishes I was, but I'm mainly visiting the Etihad. Gonna try to think of something to do there. You know, I intend to go to the City shop, get a City home shirt. You know, all that good stuff. Get some pictures done. New pictures with the statues, of course. I don't think I've actually had a picture taken with the Colin Bell statue. So, gotta get one with them. And of course, I'll do a refresh on the David Silva Company and Aguero ones. So, yeah, excited for that. That'll be good. Yeah, but I'll take a lot of pictures of the Etihad whilst I'm in Manchester. No doubt about that. Probably post them onto YT Post or something. Oh man, United game in short. was the most boring game of the season. I feel bad for anyone that had to watch that. Okay, that wasn't a City/United fan, because I don't know how you did it. But look, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate the support as per usual. This has been a really boring day for football. But back on the channel tomorrow, of course, lads. Yeah, I'll get something in there tomorrow. Big ups to you all. And yeah, hopefully next game we're not talking about draw, but we are facing Palace. See you all soon.